hi, everybody. We've got a neat discussion today. We're going to talk a little bit about eco-friendly design in your home. And to join us to do that, we have Alykhan Velji from Alykhan Velji Designs, and also Jessica Brandstrom from JELD-WEN to help us out with some of the concepts and some of the very important ideas that everybody I think has at the top of their mind these days when they're trying to design their home and make it as eco-friendly, environmentally friendly as possible. So let's start with you, Ali. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yeah, well, it's so nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Ali Velji. I am an interior designer. I've had my own business in Calgary for 15 years, specializing in residential and commercial interior design. We also, have projects all across Canada, which is super exciting. Yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I'm also on the Maryland show as a guest design expert every so often, which is really fun. So we do a broad range of kind of design and decor all across Canada, which is super exciting.
Oh man, so Ali, you're a real expert at this, and now you're having to put up with the terrible trade press and all of our fumbling around. But anyways, that is what it is. We're doing the best we can here for everybody. But now, Jessica,
well, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you're talking to it. You're talking to a different group for sure. Jessica, what give us a little bit about yourself and what you do for JELD-WEN.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun. A little different than my day-to-day. I'm Jessica Brandstrom. I've been with JELD-WEN for 16 years now, 11 in the territory sales manager role. So I know a lot about PVC windows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm based out of Winnipeg in Manitoba. So it's been dicey. It's been interesting this spring, but yeah, happy to be here and give my 2 cents.
I saw that on your sheet that you're in Manitoba. Are you dry? There's not water sloshing around your ankles at this moment?
No, not currently.
Okay,
Depending on what highway you go down, though, you might see a lake or a field. Just depends.
Well,
yeah.
It's good to have you with us, Jessica, because Manitoba, as I'm sure everybody knows, is the mecca and birthplace of energy efficient windows. A lot of it started there back in the day, long ago, with Lowen and others, and we're still reaping the benefits of the innovations from triples. There was no such thing as a triple anywhere until they made them triple pane windows made in Winnipeg, invented, I guess you could say. Well,
yeah.
I don't know where they were invented.
Maybe out of necessity.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
The wind is fairly unrelenting on the window there, so yeah, you want some extra protection. Listen, it's great to have both you guys with us, let's kick it off. Ali, I want to start with you, and just when we talk about eco-friendly design and the eco-friendly home, what are we talking about? What's the concept here?
Well, I think that term eco-friendly is pretty broad, and I think a lot of people now are taking that to heart now when they're thinking about their home. So I feel like it's eco-friendly home is a house that takes sustainability into account. Homeowners are just paying a lot more attention now to those kind of key elements to be eco-friendly, to be energy efficient. And I'm working on my own renovation right now, and we've worked with JELD-WEN on all the windows, which is super exciting. And for my partner and I, this is something that was top of mind. What are the materials that we're going to use in our house that's going to make our carbon footprint a little bit less? What is going to make us save a little bit more energy? And so all of those things, I think, really kind of go hand in hand in making an eco-friendly home. And then, of course, it's the use of well thought out materials for the interior of your home. So that can go into, not only the exterior, like, windows and insulation and solar power, but it can all go down to what cabinets you're using, what flooring and, tiles and things like that. So all those kind of interior selections also play a hand in kind of making a home eco-friendly.
Yeah, a ton of things that go into it, so many things to think about. It even it runs into intersecting things that sometimes there's trade-offs you have to think about these days, especially now that low embodied carbon, for instance, is becoming a big concern. Definitely a lot there. Jessica, what kind of actually, Ali, we're going to stay with you for just a second. What kind of renovations specifically might we be thinking about when we want to, you know, take maybe our existing home and move it into a more eco-friendly direction? And then Jessica, I'll get you to chime in on that when Ali's done.
Yeah, so I think, you know, when it comes to renovations, it can be as big as a full gut job like we're doing at my place, or it can just be a simple kind of just let's replace our windows. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be a crazy large scale renovation in order for you to be eco-friendly. And, you know, it all starts with the exterior. And I think that that's key. I feel like the exterior of the home, whether, you know, it comes to your siding, your windows, your doors, your roof, things like that. Those are all things that really create awesome curb appeal. And I feel like those should be the first things that people should be thinking about in their home, you know? So when you think about, let's say, for example, oh, I want to do a kitchen renovation, but then you still have those single pane windows that are not energy efficient. I feel like people need to kind of maybe restart thinking about like what areas of the home that they should be focusing their renovations on. And I think that like starting with the exterior is a really good thing. And I mean, of course, in terms of trends and what you're seeing, it's definitely like black framed windows. You know, you take a drive around and everybody's about those gorgeous black framed windows for the exterior and out. They make houses look so beautiful. They actually kind of add a bit of contrast as well, which I think is key. And I just think that, you know, a lot of people think about or maybe leave windows to last, but I feel like those are the things that I think people should be thinking about first. You know, they can really make an impact in your home and not only increase you know, your energy efficiency, but also the resale factor of your home. Everybody's looking for new windows, and if you can say that, you know, when you're trying to resell your home, I think that's key.
Yeah, all those key elements of appearance and design and resaleability, all things you should take into consideration. And I think everybody really in the business understands that upgrading those windows can be one of the number one things that can help with all of that on your house. Jessica, I bet you agree.
Oh, 100%, I agree. Yeah. So like, but JELD-WEN has, you know, speaking with Ali in style, like a lot of people don't think windows when they're thinking about the style of their home, right? When you think PVC windows or you think Energy Star windows, you think a lot of PVC, not a lot of light, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but more and more, like with technologies coming out, windows can get bigger. They can be more sexy and not just rudimentally, like just function for your home. So like JELD-WEN has literally over 35,000 products on our Northern Tri-Pane collection that qualify for Energy Star. So there is a style of window for anyone out there, and you can still have that consciousness of being a little more eco-friendly, in your home. So you don't have to sacrifice style anymore, just to be more eco-friendly. And windows don't have to be as boring and mundane as as they once were, right? So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, I you know, we're seeing that for sure, right? They're getting those profiles smaller and smaller. There's some aluminum hybrid products coming out there. There's different things you can do for sure to get to get that energy efficiency and not sacrifice the appearance. There's another two concepts I think we touched on just briefly, Jessica, that I want you to speak to a little bit. Is there's energy efficient, like as Ali pointed out, eco-friendly is a very broad term. There's energy efficiency. Energy efficiency is one thing. Sustainability and resilience. Resilience was a big word at this conference I was just at a couple of weeks ago. That's another thing. How do they come together, Jessica? What's the concept that people should have in mind when they're sort of comparing the importance of those two things?
right. A lot of people think, well, it's a PVC window. How eco-friendly can it be? Right. But it's like our supplier, for one thing, we're using the supplier of our PVC is actually using their own recycled materials. So the powder that's coming off the cuts that they're already building, they're remelting into its own PVC. So it would make no difference compared to using the pelletized material. So they're already using sustainable methods to build or to make the PVC that we're using to build energy efficient products. So we already have a mind, like especially with lean manufacturing. That's a rabbit hole for another, maybe another webinar. But yeah, like we're using products that they are coming from a sustainably built methods. And so, yeah, it's kind of cool that we're using something that's sustainably built to make energy efficiency products. So that's kind of how they tie in together. That's, at the beginning of the life cycle of a window. Long-term Energy Star or energy rated energy efficient products. Windows are definitely going to help you use less air conditioning, less heat. And HRVs are not as fun as windows. So, you don't have to turn it on as much. But a tri-pane window with low E glass, even if you're getting into like even comfort engineering, if you have an east or south window, you might want to try different types of low E. It's going to help lower your heating costs and your air conditioning costs. More windows, more glass these days with these new coatings. You're letting more light in. You don't have to use electricity. So there's all these added benefits that you don't really normally think about. And it's just because it's a window that you normally just look through, right? So
yeah, I just kind of want to add to that too, and just say it's all about mental health as well. Like when you think about, the trend to large scale windows, it's for a reason. Everybody's spending more time at home. They want to be in a light filled kind of environment, because that only just elevates how you're going to feel every single day. And I think that's so important. Because of COVID, everybody has been spending more time at home and realizing, oh my God, I hate to work in a basement, or I need more natural light. And I think that's so key. When it comes to people kind of working at home now, spending more time at home. They want their homes to be, areas where they're going to love and be warm and inviting and all of those kind of things, where before, when people were spending, just their nights at home, that necessarily wasn't always something that they thought about. So the mentality of everybody staying at home has totally changed with what people are doing in their renovations.
Yeah, and there's an important opportunity to realize a lot of that these days, because the technology that JELD-WEN and the industry are bringing forward. You can make those bigger and bigger panes of glass. You can open up the house and the window more than ever, and still retain a lot of that energy efficiency that you're looking for, just because of advances in insulating glass technology and coatings. So it's a nice time to be alive, as far as making your home a little more open, and get some more light in there, a little less dungeony.
Yes, exactly.
that's I think what we all want, and COVID certainly has made us all think even more about that. A lot of people were looking at the four walls in the last 2 years and going, geez, I gotta do something.
Yes.
Yeah. So the other thing, Jessica, though, that I think springs to people's mind is, am I going to be paying a lot more for my products? I realize that, governments are driving a lot of the energy efficiency in the codes. In a lot of cases, there won't really be a choice about what you're going to put in, but there is still, especially on a renovation, especially one that doesn't need a building permit, you still do have all forms of choice. Are you going to end up paying a lot more to get the energy efficient product that you want?
I mean, like any project, nothing's free,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to think about it as an investment of yours or your customer's home. It has a somewhat unique benefit by way of helping you with energy savings down the road. But even upfront costs, even if they can be a little high, there are cost savings that can help homeowners in the short term with available rebates. It's kind of a perfect fit, and they're up for grabs. So short term, you can definitely get some help with the, especially Canada-wide, the Canada Greener Homes Grant. It's a 6-year incentive program. So in it, it's alive and well. The reins have been let go, and they are full speed ahead. Homeowners are eligible up to 500 or 5,000, sorry, up in eligible rebates for various things, including windows to help with your home. So, but on top of the federal programs, don't forget there's provincial programs also. And I
Hmm.
think, like, for example, in Manitoba, we've got Efficiency Manitoba, and not just homeowners. I think builders can cash in on that as well. So upfront costs, like, we've got programs available. There's grant incentives. JELD-WEN has a really great landing page, www.keepoutsideout.com. It's a landing page. It can help you with it has a cost savings calculator. You plug in what your old windows are, what you want to see what your new windows would actually save you. It helps you actually see what the savings could be.
Hmm.
It also has links to every single available program throughout Canada on top of the Greener Homes Grant. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. It's got all the information you need, so you don't really have to navigate a government website. So it's all there for you already. So keepoutsideout.com.
Oh, that's valuable for sure. And yeah, there are a lot of provincial grants that I think have sat out there and kind of not gotten grabbed on all the time just because of lack of awareness.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people are aware now about the Greener Homes Grant, but you know, it's something you got to ask your dealer about when you're discussing things in order to get the ball rolling on that. Yeah, it's, well, again, it's a great time to
Ears
be
perk
alive.
up, yeah, when
Yeah,
they
it's
hear
a,
that you can double dip. When
yeah,
there's,
exactly.
wait,
Yeah,
there's more. Yeah,
you can
exactly.
stack those grants, baby. It really works.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
exactly.
I feel as a design professional or as a builder, or as a contractor, I feel like it's great to educate yourself so that you can then present those things to the client, because then it's going to be an easier sell because they literally look to you for advice. They've hired you for a reason because you're good at what you do. So if you can kind of push those elements too, I think that's kind of what we're here for, and I think that kind of educating yourself and making sure that and having answers to their questions about, okay, well, no, these are the types of windows that you should get, oh no, this is the kind of door you should get, and then you add in that kind of energy efficient component. I feel like it's such an easy sell.
Yeah, yeah. It really adds value to your whole process and your whole company in a place where people are running around trying to differentiate themselves. It's certainly
100%.
yeah, an opportunity there for sure. Let's get right into your wheelhouse, Ali. Style.
Yes.
You know, the old knock on energy efficient windows, especially, was, you were trapped in this big fat white frame, and that's what you got, and that's all you had.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm probably dating myself a little bit with that. I don't think it's really been that bad for a long time, but certainly in the initial days of vinyl, that was very much the knock and very much the complaint. Things have changed, Ali. Does going eco-friendly, does going environmentally friendly, does going energy efficient have to limit your design options?
And no, that is it does not, which is so great. And I think that, we have come such a long way, and there are so many great options available when it comes to sustainable materials to use in your home. So, like you said, windows are great. Like, there's doors, there's lots of tile options out there too. Concrete, there's like, recycled countertop materials that you can get as well. So I feel like it's all of those things, little by little, all add up to kind of creating that beautiful eco-friendly aesthetic, and it doesn't necessarily have to lack style anymore. There's not just one or two colors that are available that are, made of recycled materials. The possibilities are literally endless, which is really great. And when you are renovating, you can find a lot of options, when it comes to actually the build. So, when you go to spray foam, solar panels, windows, etc., those are kind of the items that are going to lessen your carbon footprint. maybe spend a little bit more at the very beginning, but in the end, in the long run, it's going to save you more. We all know utilities are going up and up and up and up, and it's gas prices are going up. So I feel like we have to be really cognizant, not only as, designers or builders, just as people in general, as homeowners, we have to make sure that we're, not going to be spending, thousands of dollars a month on utilities, because it's silly when you can literally just make those small tweaks in terms of what you could do with, a renovation or a new build, to kind of, lessen that. And then of course there's materials like, eco-friendly paint, countertops, like I said, lots of availability so that you don't necessarily have to lack style to be eco-friendly. And then there's small things that you can do, is just hire local, right? Hire somebody that maybe does concrete work in your own city that's going to make your concrete countertops. I feel like it's those small ways to kind of think about. It's not necessarily just materials, but maybe using somebody local, which I think is great too. So this is, as a designer, I feel like the possibilities are endless. And so that when we can, give clients the options to say it doesn't need to be ugly in order to be eco-friendly,
Right.
I think that's great. Yeah.
Right. That's the thing I wanted to know was, when someone says to you, well, I have this vision of a very eco-friendly house, are you as a designer groaning and rolling your eyes that, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this and that and the other thing? And it's come a long way. It says on my sheet here, you've been in the business 15 years. In that time, Ali, you've probably, you've seen, and I know I've seen how much things have changed and how much more options are out there, right?
Absolutely. I think we're just living in a great world right now where, a lot of people, like I said, are educating themselves, and we do want to, live in this world for longer,
Yeah.
and I think that this is how we can do it. And, I think that it just takes some education and, even talking to JELD-WEN about their windows, there was so much stuff that I didn't even know as a designer. So, it's just a constant education of what's available, going to these seminars and, builder shows and design shows and things like that to educate yourself so that you can present these really great ideas to your clients, which I think is key.
I want you in on that too, Jessica. 35,000 design choices out there. Obviously, there's got to be something in all of that for just about everybody that can sort of hit both of those goals, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Within our Northern Tri-Bank collection, there's technically 6 collections across Canada that you can choose from. We've got something for everyone. We don't like Ali, we don't even have square windows, right? We can have
Yes.
circle windows,
Circle
round
windows, yes.
Go beyond the square.
Yes.
Exactly. I feel like that should be JELD-WEN's new motto.
Yeah.
Their new tagline.
Yeah. Something other than square. Well, listen, you guys, this has been a great discussion. I think that everybody should be mindful that the eco-friendly thing is important. It's attractive, especially to younger buyers, but really to everybody. It certainly is a great sales tool for your organization, for your contracting business, and there's just a lot of options out there, and you do not have to be sacrificing your style, the look that you want, for the energy efficiency and the sustainability goals that you and your client should have. So Alykhan Velji and Jessica Brandstrom, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us all about style and eco design.
Thanks so much for having us.